Hello friends, welcome to jQuery tutorial. In this sub-series, we are getting introduced to the jQuery UI basics. And in this specific video, we will see how to position element related to other element using the position utility that ships with the jQuery UI API. So if you see here in this screenshot, this is our parent widget, right? Inside that parent widget, we are arranging two content widget. So this is content 1 and this one is content 2. So we are arranging two widgets, right? So based on position utility, we can arrange the paragraph, one paragraph towards the left of the parent and another paragraph towards the right of the parent. And we will use the position utility function offered by the jQuery UI. The position function helps you align one element relative to another element, right? So the function here is a position that comes from the jQuery UI API. The position function helps you align one element relative to another element. For example, one can easily align element inside the container. Let's have a div black as a container and align multiple child elements inside it. The CSS selectors ACT1, ACT2 is defined to show elements to be aligned, right? So we define two selector here, Act1 and Act2. And if you see, this is Act1 and we are setting border, width and height. So this is just to show the element that needs to be aligned. For Act1 here we are showing this is one element we want to align and that element appears in solid blue color, right? We defined some width and height as well. So we just defined a specific style rule, right, to show how we are doing the alignment. So this is just to visually identify the element. We defined Act1, right? Act1 is a when we apply this to a CSS, to the HTML tag, that tag appears in solid blue color with a given width and height. The CSS selector ref shows the element which acts as a parent or reference. So this is one element or one CSS style rule. Here if you see, we are defining this style rule as a 2 pixel dashed red, right? Here it is solid blue and this one is dashed red, right? This element we will be taking it as a reference, right? So we haven't applied this style rule to any HTML element, but for now you can see in CSS perspective we are defining some style rules. For Act1 we are defining some border and for reference we are defining some border, and width, if you see, this is having a higher width compared to the child. This is just 200 and this one is 500, right? This is 500 and there is one more and we are defining that as a 200 pixel width, right? There are two rules we are defining here, and Act2, if you see, that is a solid green. same size, 200 pixel, 100 pixel, right? One appears in blue and another one appears in green. This we will use it as a parent. So just some CSS rule we defined. In the HTML, we have a div tag class ref, which contains two other div tags, act1 and act2. So we already defined the CSS rule, right, for act1, act2 reference. And if you see, this is how we are having it. So this is the parent ref, right? UI widget. This class attribute is coming from the CSS theme. This ref, we defined it, right? Then this is the parent div, and inside that we have two div tags, right? Act1 and act2, right? And what we want to do, we want to align act1 and act2 inside this parent ref, right? By default, since this is the parent div, the element will appear like this. This is the default, right? Default behavior. This is the parent element that will appear in dash dot because of the style rule ref. After that, this paragraph will be inside the box, blue box, right? 200 pixel width. Then after this, the second paragraph will appear. That's the default alignment. We haven't used any position utility at this moment. So this is the default behavior, paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Alright, to use the position alignment, we are making use of the $document ready. The position method is tricky, and if you see, this is how we are calling the position method. The my and at property takes two values, and if you see here, we are making call to the position method, right? First, we are selecting a tag that contains the class attribute act1. This is the one we are selecting, right? Div tag. Any tag here, we are just specifying to the dollar function dot act1. That means any tag that contains the class attribute act1 will get selected by this dollar act1. And if you come here, here is the class attribute act1, and that is used by the div tag. So that one will get selected dot position. So we are making call to the position method on the selected element. This is the selected element, right? And we are making call to position on this element. On P1, we are calling the position, right? P1 means this is the one P1 if we, right? First div tag. Alright, to this position, we are passing three attribute values, my, at, off. The my and at properties takes two values. Here if you see, we are using my and at, right? It is taking two values with a space in between. Horizontal, left, center, right alignment. Vertical, top, center, bottom alignment. So if you take a box here, the JQuery UI makes use of left, right, center. That's for horizontal, right? And when we talk about vertical, top, bottom, center, right? So horizontal, once again, left, center, right, vertical, top, center, bottom. By mixing these two, you can make the alignment. Say for example, if I specify center, this one, right? Left center in the sense, this is the left, right? Left center, this one, right? Similarly, the bottom, if you know, I mean the vertical alignment, if you see top, center, bottom, horizontal, left, center, right. By mixing these two, you can pick multiple point in the box, right? So if you want to know what it is, we can say it is in the horizontal, this one is center, and in the vertical it would be bottom, right? And if you see, if you state bottom, center, we will be picking this. So this way, here we are specifying my left center at left center of reference. So how we want to align is specified by these verbal notation. To easily understand it, read it this way, taking first one as an example, this one as an example. Position is called by act 1, right? Position is called by act 1. That means position is called by this div tag. Position is called by act 1, so it is referred as my inside the position function. So here when we talk about my, this my is referring the act 1. Why? Because act 1 is calling the position utility, right? Inside, when we refer my, the act 1 is telling that position my left center to left center of the reference. So now if you read this, the act 1 is telling that, or act 1 is calling the position, right? It is telling that align my left center with the left center of ref. The ref is the parent. So here we are talking about two elements, right? This is the outermost one, and that is the ref. And act 1 is referring the first div that is containing the paragraph 1, right? So here we are aligning the paragraph 1. Align my left center, left and center, left center, left is horizontal, right? Center is vertical, this one. Align my left center so this is the outermost one. So P1 is calling, I mean the div tag that is containing paragraph 1 is calling the position. So we have to read it like align my left center, left, right, horizontal. If you see left, center, right, that means in horizontal, left, center, right, and in this we are picking the left, and in the vertical, right, top, center, bottom, top, center, bottom, we are picking this, right? That means align my left center means this is left and in that center. There are three center comes into picture, right? When we are talking about this left center, 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 right center, right? So align my left center, that means here this is P1, right? If we take P1, this is the one we tagged. Align my left center with or at left center of ref. Ref means this parent, right? In parent also we are picking left center, that means here. And this is the default position, right? When you position it using the position utility, it will come like this. And you can see how P1 is aligned with the ref. And you can see the difference. This is the default and P1 is aligned here. The same way, alright, now this is the position utility, right? Now we can read the first function as position my left center with left center at left center of ref, the target or parent. So that's how we are calling this, right? The same way, if you see now act2 is calling act2.position align my right center, right? Align my right center in horizontal. Let's take this similar picture. Right? Align my right center. This is the vertical one, right? In vertical center means this is the one we are picking. Align my right center at right center of the reference. At right center of the reference is this, right? Here this is a P2's, right? So now when you align, P2 will get aligned like this, right? Div1, so this is actually div1 and this is div2, and they are containing the P1 and P2. And if you see how we are aligning the paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, right, with reference to ref. So that's why here we are stating it is a bit tricky, so you have to pay attention to see how the alignments are working. Now let's go to the demo and work with this example. Alright, now we will go ahead and create our third example. For that we are just copying this and pasting it here. Position utility.html. Okay, first we will do some cleanup. We will remove the content from our previous example. CSS we can keep anywhere, so let's keep CSS as the first element inside the header. And we will remove the body content. So for this example, inside the body we will be having two div tags, right? This is the parent and div, alright. So this is the parent and div, and inside the parent div tag we will be having two child div tags, right? And parent we are marking it with ref, and here we are applying the class attribute act1 for the first div, act2 for the second div. Now we will go ahead and create the CSS. Here we are referring the CSS right from the theme, and we can write our custom CSS as well. So custom CSS we can use the style tag, and inside that we can define our custom CSS. So here if you see type equal to text CSS, right? Now we will define the rules here. The rules, if you see, we have ref, act 1 and act 2, right? These are all the rules we are defining, right? Border color dashed red, here it is solid blue, solid green. Likewise, we are just giving some boxing attributes so that we can visually see how the elements are aligning. Alright, and you can see what is ref, act 1, act 2, right? Now we are not doing any position based alignment, right? We are not using any JQuery UI. We will directly run this and see how it works. So if you see, this is the default behavior. This is ref, right? The outer div tag that is shown with dotted line. Then we have solid blue for first div tag that is containing paragraph 1, right? This is the first paragraph that needs to be aligned. This is the second paragraph that needs to be aligned. So the default alignment, if you see inside the div tag, the first paragraph is displayed. After that, second paragraph is displayed. The paragraph is not running to the full width because here we are setting width as 200 pixel, right? Act 1 is used by the first div tag. Act 2 is used by the second div tag, right? First and second div tag. This is the first div tag that is containing the first paragraph. This is the second div tag that is containing the second paragraph. If you see this visually, we can increase the width from 200 pixel to 300 pixel for the blue one. I'm saving this here. Save it and refresh this. See? Now you know what the width attribute is playing the role here. Let's adjust this to 200 pixel to study the position utility. Okay, all set. Now we will go to the JavaScript section, right? In the JavaScript section, we are using the document ready, right? Document ready is ending here at line 45, right? Then we are making call to the position utility. Act 1 is calling. Now, since we had enough research on the theory part, now you can easily read this code and understand what is going on. Act 1 is telling, Act 1 means the div 1, right? First div tag. Div tag is telling position my left center at left center of the reference. Right? Position my left center to the parent div tag's left center. Then Act 2 is telling, that means the second div tag is telling, position my right center with the right center of the parent referred by the dot ref, right? That's all here. Now, since you know how to read and understand the pass, we can run this. Okay, it's already there. Now we will reload and you can see how the paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 are aligned inside the parent div. Since here, for you to understand this visually, we had those CSS style, dotted line, blue marker and green marker. So in real world, these are all not required, right? we can remove this. For now, I will comment it and you can see how your document looks. I mean, we don't need these borders. Other stuffs are required. Width and height is the main part that tells how the elements needs to be aligned. So if you see, this is how the paragraphs will get positioned inside its parent. Right? That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. We are ending this sub-series. Thank you for watching. Bye.